Wait. So you're telling me that Dr. Emmett Brown framed Roger Rabbit? What? So, for this week, I am doing a movie review for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is actually one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it's in, like, my top 20 or 15. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a film noir movie that's not film noir. It's a cartoon movie. It's not really a cartoon movie. I guess you can call it a noir cartoon. The film noir style of making movies is actually one of my favorite types. Other favorites of this genre include The Third Man by Orson Welles, which is a really, really good movie. I just love the general darkness of the stories, and there's something really intriguing about that type of story. But what I like about this movie is that it combines the seriousness of the film noir, which is typically this dark sort of the detective story where somebody has a drinking problem and there's a femme fatale and there's a big story that needs to be uncovered and they're bad guys, and they combine this with the silliness of the cartoon world. It makes the story less heavy, but still, it's still a bit heavy because, people are dying. But you never see anyone dying. You just see an outline of a human being with a safe on top of the outline. You don't see anything else. You never see a dead body. You never see any blood. It is very, very, very PG. Like, there's nothing there. One of my likes about this movie, again, I really like the combination of the film noir style with the cartoon characters. And I also just really like the story, and I like the interaction between the real-life characters and the cartoon characters. I think that for its time, it actually works really, really well. This movie was made in 1988. I thought that for the 1980s, this is a really, really well done movie, considering all the special effects they had to do. Having the cartoon characters interact with the real-life characters. There is a point in the story where Valiant is holding a cartoon gun, and obviously there are lots of times where you can see this just really looks weird. It looks like he's gripping like a centimeter away from the gun and stuff like that, but I think that for its time it's really, really well done, and there weren't a lot of times where I thought that just looks weird, and that definitely looks like it's been green screened or something like that. My dislikes about this movie, I don't think there are any real dislikes for me in this movie. I think the only thing would be that, considering the fact that I grew up in Denmark, I did not know a lot of the cartoon characters in this movie. However, that didn't stop me from enjoying it, and that didn't stop me from enjoying Roger Rabbit or any of the other characters. And I think this movie, you can still enjoy it, even if you're a grown adult. You can still enjoy this movie because it reminds you of the seriousness from your life right now, which is the film noir aspect, with the silliness of the cartoon, which was when you were a kid. And it sort of combines the best of both worlds, and I think that they actually do it very well. But overall, it was a really, really good movie. I need to take a second and just talk about the physics of Jessica Rabbit's body, because holy shit. I think that's the first time I actually saw Jessica Rabbit. I've never seen her before, and my god, like, how skinny is she? I think that her waist was about the same size as my wrist. Like, what? And those boobs, like, I don't understand it, but I want to be her. I don't understand it, but I want her body. Like, if she was an actual human being, she would probably be the weirdest, grossest thing ever, because she would be some sort of, like, plastic surgeon freak that would just have gotten, like, 1,000,000 plastic surgeries and then had surpassed the level of being hot and was now just a weird freak. Her eyes, oh my god. Like, she is one of those cartoon characters that you would hypothetically fuck if they were real. I'm just putting it out there. And there are a lot of characters like that. I know, like, my friends and a lot of other girls, we have discussed this before. There are cartoon characters that if they were existing in real life, we would hypothetically fuck them. Aladdin, I would do unspeakable things to him. Beast from Beauty and Beast, when he's not the Beast, when he's the prince. Eric from The Little Mermaid. Prince Charming, obviously. You know, even cartoon characters that aren't princes necessarily, like I would do really bad things to Flynn Rider from Tangled. John Smith, Pocahontas. You feel me? That wavy gold hair, like, whew. Shang, actually, from Mulan. I don't care. They're cartoon characters. I grew up with them, and they were the sort of people where you're like, I know you're a cartoon, but hypothetically, if a version of you existed in real life, I would force you to be my boyfriend. We girls are really sad sometimes, but I think that's the same sort of feeling that guys get when they see Jessica Rabbit, except they don't want to be her to be your girlfriend. They just hypothetically want to fuck her. Which I get. I would probably do the same thing. But yes, overall, this movie, I give it a thumbs up. I would give it, like, the top would be 10 Philip DeFrancos or Sexy Phils. So I would probably give this 9 out of 10 Sexy Phils. Or a Sexy Phils, I guess. I don't know, I just keep saying Sexy Phil because Phil is kind of, you know, kind of hot. I'm not denying that. He's no Jessica Rabbit. But let's face it, a Sexy Phil has a little something something.